All right, what is going on, guys? Tempo Trades. It is, hold up, 9 a.m. So we're gonna go through a day in my life. Right now, I'm gonna trade. I'll talk to you a little bit how that went after, and then we'll just go through my day to day. I typically wake up around like 8:30, and I just do boring shit. You know, brush the teeth, fix the bed, eat breakfast, everything like that. So just straight off the rip, off the day, I do not recommend waking up 5 minutes before the market open if you are a trader. I've said this before, that's not how profitable traders act. You're not gonna be profitable just rolling out of bed. I really recommend you wake up a good 40 minutes to an hour before, you know, get your body warmed up, get your mind ready, and you just gotta prepare for the day. All right, guys, we are done trading. It is 11:52. I stop around 11. But today was a little bit longer. It was like 11:20, 11:30. Just honestly didn't find any trades. Let me show you. You can see right here, just the market has been garbage. The market's been garbage. Not really anything for me to take, so I just didn't take any trades. And I'll say this one more time just for the YouTube video. I talked about this on stream. You do not need to take a trade every single day. I like to think about trading in a larger time frame, so a weekly outlook, a monthly outlook, something like that, right? So like just looking at last week, for example, am I gonna say, oh, was I green last Monday? Was I green last Wednesday? No. All I'm gonna think about right now is, okay, was I green last week? Was I green last month? And it's the same thing with today, you know? Even if I don't find a trade, it is what it is. I'm gonna move on to tomorrow. Chances are I'm probably gonna end the week green, and I'm completely okay with that. All right, guys, so now it is about 12 o'clock. I'm done trading in the morning. I'm just gonna do some things for the Discord, like answer messages, all of that, get a short form video out. So I'll have a little time lapse here, and then we'll go get some food with the car. All right, guys, good news. We finally caught a trade. So here was the trade, all right? Let me show you over here. I'm sorry if it's a little wobbly. So I called it out. I said ES swept 4-hour highs, shorts could be valid, gonna try this. And then here's all of like the alerts and stuff like that. So here was the trade. It took a little longer than normal, I will admit. It will took a little longer than normal. If I go to my Twitter, here are the profits. So we made $6,643 today across all my 50K accounts. And so typically, I would say about 80% of the time, maybe 70, I'm done trading by 11 a.m. That's kind of my cutoff. But on very, very rare days, just like today, it's funny that I decided to record today, but on days like today, you know, when I don't find a trade in the morning, I have two choices. Do I want to maybe sit by the charts and do other things with my Discord and maybe find another trade, or do I just want to leave the house and just call it a day? So today was a day where, you know, the things I have planned for later don't have to happen now. I was on my computer, you know, just doing Discord, and this trade came along, so I decided to take it. So we're green today. That's great. That's one thing checked off for the vlog. Now we're gonna probably go get some food. Also, I just want to show you here, I've gotten into Pokemon cards. I was super into this when I was a kid. I'm not gonna lie. I was super into this as a kid, just opening cards and collecting and stuff like that. And I kind of picked it up recently. And I do want to give some advice, because you shouldn't really be doing this unless you have money to spend. So I don't have the biggest collection in the world, but this card is about $2,400. This card was the first card I got. This one was $800. And then this one's another $800. So I'm building the collection. I'm building the collection slowly but surely. All right, so I don't think I've ever shown you guys my closet, but I do watch some other vloggers, and it seems like that's what people are interested in. So I'm gonna just show you some of my favorite pieces here. All right, so these are some of my favorite shirts. So this one is like a Mona Lisa, like off-white. Really like this. It goes very nicely with some like blue shoes. I have the UNC Dunks, if you know what those are. We have a Chrome Heart shirt right here. This is a brand called Stussy. I don't know if you've heard of it, but really like them as well. Has the Stussy logo and then some dice on the back. Very big fan of their designs. And then last but not least, for the shirts, we have this gallery department shirt. I love like the car Beverly Hills inspired. Like, look at the car on the back, man. That is sick. So those are some of my favorite shirts. I got a few jackets I can show you. All right, so here are my two favorite jackets. They're both Louis Vuitton. This is, it's just kind of like a darker, like denim with a little brown, I don't know what you would call that, cuff. But yeah, really, really like this one. And then this one's probably my favorite. I have a Louis Vuitton varsity jacket right here. So this one's hard. I mean, look at the sleeves. That's hard. So yeah, those are my clothes. Obviously, I have a lot of shoes. You can see over there, but I don't know how interested you guys are in for those. All right, so here is the vehicle. I've shown it multiple times on the channel, but this is my Porsche Carrera 911. Here is the inside, the red interior. Yeah, a lot of people want me to do like, I guess, night content. I think it's a great video idea, like just driving around at night, talking about trading or psychology or whatever. So we might do that one of these days, honestly. All right, guys, so now it is 2:40 p.m. It's a little later than normal. Normally I'm done by like 1:30. But it is what it is. We're gonna go to lunch here. I'm gonna bring you guys to a nice spot. If you don't know, I'm in South Florida, so the camera is shifting. The camera is literally shifting as I made a makeshift like mount. So, yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys to a spot. We're gonna eat some food, and then I have a one-on-one call with some of my students at around like 4:30. And then we have a little bit of stuff later, man. So yeah, I'll see you there. By the way, I forgot to say this, but when you're making money or you start to have success in the stock market, like please, please, please use or have safe investments first. You know, don't just buy a car right away. Don't just buy stupid shit right away. Like, you need to have passive investments first, or smart investments. I know somebody who has gotten a couple payouts recently and they're looking to get a car right off rip. And it's just not the way to do it, man. It's not the way to do it. You know, you could have some couple lucky months or even experience some bad months, you know? And if you can get to a real estate property as quick as possible, or if you can get to like building a IRA or something as quickly as possible, something that can appreciate or even give you monthly income, like that is going to be so good and so helpful for your trading, right? For me, I had real estate. I've had real estate for a while now. And when I was like super early on, that was very helpful, right? Because if I didn't have a good trading month, it's not the end of the world. I have real estate to kind of soften that blow. Recently, I've gotten into buying Pokemon cards. I'm really infatuated with it. Like I said, it's just super interesting to me. I don't know. I played them as a kid, like a lot of other people. And I know it's like not the smartest decision in the world. You know, am I dumping money into it I can't afford to lose? No. You know, I'm putting a couple thousand in it, buying cards, and I know worst case scenario, if fall to zero, it is what it is. But most of my money is tied up in like really smart stuff. You know, like I said, real estate, an IRA account, and stuff like that. All right, so we're out here. This is a nice little shopping and like eating district, very, very touristy in South Florida. So we're gonna go to my spot here. Guys, I don't know where you live in the world, but it is, hold on. Can I do this without doxing myself? We're just gonna say Miami. It's 88 and it feels like it's 107, bro. It is so hot out here, man. Wow. Let me show you though. It's actually a really nice spot. Just a bunch of shops and stuff like that. All right, this is what I'm working with here. We got some penny vodka and we got some mac and cheese balls. I'm a big Italian guy. I don't know if you can tell. All right, so we're done eating. Now we're heading back to the crib. We're gonna do some one-on-one calls, and then we'll finally have a little bit of free time for ourselves. There she is, bro. It's a beautiful specimen, man. What a beautiful thing those Germans made, let me tell you. right. We finna get in the whipski. Oh, it's so hot outside, man. Why is Florida so hot, dude? All right, I'm back home. These are my birds. If you're in the live streams, I'm sure you've heard them. I decided to get birds before I did the whole Discord social media thing because they are so noisy. And I have to, I gotta like put them out of my room so you can't hear them. But I love them. This one's Buddy. He's a blue Quaker parrot. He's afraid of the camera. And then that one right there is Lucy. That's a parakeet. So these are my two birds. I'm back at the crib. Looks like we got a little of an end of day kind of sell off. I was tape reading that, but it looks like we got a little sell off end of day. So now it's about 4 o'clock. The market just closed. I'm gonna do some one-on-one calls with my students until probably 5:30, 5, and then we'll check in with you. All right, so I'm back home. It is about 5:30, 5:40-ish. I just got done with some one-on-one calls, and this is a longer day than normal, but now I just kind of have some free time, you know? I like to play games, watch YouTube. You can just see my YouTube history here, so like what I'm into. I like poker a lot, so I'm watching some Daniel Negreanu. Obviously, I like sports. I like basketball. I like, you know, football or soccer for my Americans. Obviously, I said before, I've been getting into Pokemon. So basically, you know, that's pretty much what I'll do. I have about 2 hours to wind down before dinner, and I'll play some games, talk to some of my friends on Discord, or just do the basic stuff, you know, watch some YouTube. And I think tonight I'm going to meet up with somebody to buy some cards. So we'll do all that, or if I do it tomorrow, I'll just put it in this video as well. So just gonna watch some YouTube, just chill, and I'll update you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, it is now later. Excuse the audio, I forgot my mic. We are done with dinner. I'm headed to a Pokemon meetup real quick. I'm gonna go buy some cards, and we just withdrew some money, and this is a whole Apex payout, chat. This right here. This is a whole payout in my hands. So that is something also I recommend you doing. From time to time, like the money can seem fake and just numbers on the screen and the chart. Like go withdraw some of that money, man. Like it looks real, you know? It's like it's in my hand. All my hard work, all of my trading is in my hand right now. And we're about to go buy some shiny cardboard with this, man. So let's do it. So successful trip here. Picked up all of these cards. I know if you're not into Pokemon or anything like that, this is going to mean absolutely nothing to you, but just want to show it for the people who are interested. You know, we blow our payout money on some cardboard. So, you know, I don't feel super bad buying these cards or whatnot because historically speaking, Pokemon cards have done very, very well in value. So, you know, if I'm able to just collect some cards and have this as a side hobby and hopefully not lose a ton of money or even break even, like I'm completely fine with it. So I've been enjoying it. It's pretty cool. And yeah. All right, guys, and this is going to be the end of the video. It is currently 10:30. Been a long day. We made some money in the stock market. We went out to lunch. We did some one-on-one calls. We did some things with the Discord. And then at night, you know, did some hobbies, got some Pokemon cards. And that is pretty much it. I'm just going to wind down now for the next hour, probably watch some Netflix or something like that. And we're going to go again tomorrow and try to make some more money in the stock market. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, please let me know. There'll be more of this, especially when I'm traveling. I'll bring the vlog camera along, and yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.